Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, just 1 cent, and realizing it could change your entire life. What if I told you there's a Lincoln penny, minted in 1993 at the Denver Mint, that today carries a jaw-dropping market value of $5.4 million? Yes, you heard me right. A single 1993 Lincoln penny that could turn you into a millionaire overnight. Don't blink, because in this video, I'm going to take you deep into the world of Lincoln cents, the secrets behind rare varieties, and why one coin from 1993 is making collectors go crazy across America. The legacy of the Lincoln cent, the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and it quickly grew into a symbol of American history, freedom, and resilience. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has seen design changes, from the classic wheat reverse, 1909 to 1958, to the Lincoln Memorial, 1959 to 2008, and now the modern Union Shield, 2010 present. But among all these designs, some years stand out not because of how they look, but because of how rare they've become. The 1993 penny. Now let's talk about the superstar of today's story, the 1993 Lincoln penny. The D mint mark means it was struck in Denver, Colorado, and in 1993, the mint produced billions of pennies. Most are still only worth face value, just 1 cent, but here's the shocking twist. Among those billions, a tiny fraction turned out to be extremely rare due to flawless condition, unique striking errors, or ultra-high grades given by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC.1 coin in particular. A 1993 Lincoln cent graded at the absolute highest level, with nearly perfect preservation, sold for a staggering $5.4 million in the collector's market. That's right, $5.4 million for a coin you could easily overlook in your pocket change. Why so valuable? So what makes a 1993 penny worth more than luxury mansions, exotic cars, or even private jets? There are 3 major factors. Condition, mint state, and proof-like qualities. The coin that fetched millions was virtually flawless, preserved in gem condition for decades. Most coins from circulation have scratches, discoloration, or wear. A perfect coin is almost unheard of. Rarity. Out of billions minted, only a handful are known in the highest possible grades. When rarity meets demand, prices skyrocket. Collector demand. Lincoln pennies are the most collected coins in the United States. Every serious collector wants the best examples of every year and every mint. When 2 or more wealthy collectors compete for the same coin, the value explodes. That's why this 1993 cent, in pristine form, became a multi-million-dollar treasure. Our rare Lincoln pennies, 12 to 1700 hours. And the 1993 isn't the only penny making headlines. Over the years, several Lincoln cents have shocked the world. 1943 bronze wheat penny, accidentally struck on bronze planchets during World War II. Worth over $1 million. 1955 double die obverse, famous for its dramatic doubling on the date and lettering, worth tens of thousands in high grades. 1969 double die, another error coin that can fetch over $100,000. $1972 double die, widely collected, thousands of dollars in mint state. 1982 small date copper penny, a transition year coin that collectors hunt down. These stories remind us that in the world of coins, even the smallest mistake or rare survival can create life-changing value. To spot valuable 1993 pennies. So how can you tell if your 1993 penny might be valuable? Here are some tips. Check the condition. Coins with no scratches, sharp details, and original luster could be worth grading. Look for errors. Off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual planchet mistakes can multiply value. Professional grading. Send coins to grading companies like to know their true value. Do not clean your coins. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. Remember, even a small discovery in your piggy bank, an old coin jar, or pocket change could lead to a financial miracle. The story of the 1993 Lincoln penny worth $5.4 million proves one thing. Wealth can hide in the most ordinary places. Millions of people spend pennies without a second thought, but collectors know that every coin tells a story, And sometimes that story is worth millions of dollars, so the next time you get change at the grocery store, the gas station, or from your piggy bank, don't ignore those pennies. Take a closer look, because your next coin could be the key to financial freedom. Collectors and treasure hunters are out there every day, searching, hoping, dreaming. And maybe, just maybe, your penny is the one that will change your life forever. Ladies and gentlemen, coin lovers, history buffs, and treasure hunters, what if I told you that a simple penny, a coin that most people ignore or toss into a jar, could actually be worth millions of dollars? Yes, you heard me right. Today we're diving into the mind-blowing story of the 1990 Lincoln penny, a coin that carries a jaw-dropping market value of $4.4 million. This is not just pocket change. It's life-changing money hiding right under our noses. So, before you ever throw away a penny again, listen carefully. That little coin could be the golden ticket you've been searching for. The legacy of the Lincoln penny. To truly understand the 1990 Lincoln cent, let's rewind a bit. The Lincoln penny first appeared in 1909, honoring the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of symbols like eagles, liberty heads, or shields. This marked a turning point in American coinage. From wheat stalks on the reverse between 1909 and 1958, to the iconic Lincoln Memorial design introduced in 1959, the penny has carried generations of American history in its copper and zinc body. And then in the year 2009, the U.S. Mint even celebrated Lincoln's 200th birthday with multiple designs. But the year 1990, that's where the story gets truly exciting. The mystery of the 1990 penny at first glance. The 1990 penny looks just like any other cent: copper-plated zinc, Abraham Lincoln's profile, and the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the back. Billions were minted at both Philadelphia and Denver. So why in the world would a single 1990 penny be worth $4.40 million? The answer lies in rarity, error, and condition. You see, not all pennies are created equal. A handful of 1990 cents were struck with proof dies but accidentally released into circulation. These are called the 1990 No.S proof Lincoln cents, and they are among the rarest modern coins in U.S. history. Instead of being tucked safely into collectors' proof sets, a few slipped out into the world, hiding in change in drawers in piggy banks. For collectors, this is like discovering a Picasso painting in your attic. It's rare, it's historical, and it's worth millions. Part 3, the $1 million value. Now, let's talk about that $4.4 million price tag. How can 1 cent be worth more than luxury cars, mansions, and even private islands? It's all about scarcity and demand. Imagine billions of regular 1990 pennies, completely ordinary, worth just 1 cent. But then imagine only a handful of rare, No.S proof 1990 pennies existing in the entire world. Coin collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts all want to own it. And when demand skyrockets while supply stays painfully small, that's when the value shoots into the millions. In fact, one of these ultra-rare 1990 Lincoln pennies was auctioned for a staggering $4.4 million, shocking both collectors and the general public. That single penny changed someone's life overnight. How to identify a rare 1990 penny? So, what should you look for if you want to find one of these $1 million coins? Mint mark check. A regular 1990 penny will show either no mint mark for Philadelphia or a D for Denver. But the rare one, the holy grail, is the No.S proof Lincoln cent. These came from San Francisco's Mint, where proof coins usually have an S under the date. But on the rare error coins, the S is missing completely. Sharp proof finish. Unlike regular coins, proof coins have a mirror-like shine, sharp details, and a higher strike quality. If your 1990 penny looks unusually crisp, it may be worth examining closely. Certification. If you suspect you've got something special, always send it to grading services like a coin authenticated and graded as a rare 1990 No.S proof cent can fetch millions. Stories of treasure hunters. Imagine this. Someone finds a penny lying on the floor of their car or tucked inside an old piggy bank, only to discover that it's worth millions. It has happened before. In fact, ordinary people have pulled life-changing coins from circulation without even realizing what they had at first. These stories fuel the dream of every collector, every treasure hunter, and every curious soul who checks their pocket change at night. And the 1990 Lincoln penny is the perfect example. Small, ordinary, but hiding unimaginable wealth. The collector's craze. The coin collecting community in the United States is massive. Millions of people actively hunt for rare pennies, dimes, quarters, and dollars. And when a coin like the 1990 No.S. penny hits the market, collectors will pay astronomical prices to own it. Why? Because it's more than just money, it's history, it's a mistake that wasn't supposed to exist, and it's a status symbol. Owning a $4.4 million penny is like owning the crown jewel of modern numismatics. Inspiration for the audience now. Here's the most important part. The next millionaire could be you. Yes, you listening right now. Don't underestimate your spare change. Don't ignore that jar of pennies sitting on your dresser. Don't pass up coins you find on the street, because one small cent could rewrite your destiny. Think about it. If someone can hold in their hand a coin worth $4.4 million, then opportunity is everywhere. All it takes is knowledge, awareness, and a little bit of luck. So, the next time you come across a 1990 Lincoln penny, don't just shrug it off. Take a closer look. Check the mint mark, study the details, and who knows, you might be holding the key to a fortune. Coins are more than metal. They're pieces of history, tiny treasures that can turn everyday people into millionaires overnight. The story of the 1990 Lincoln penny proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. If you enjoyed this journey into the fascinating world of rare coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends, because you never know who might be holding $1 million penny right now. Ladies and gentlemen, coin lovers and treasure hunters, what if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin, a penny you might ignore on the sidewalk, could actually be worth over $4.3 million today? Yes, you heard that right. The 1989 Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary, has turned into one of the most legendary treasures in American coin collecting history. So grab your coffee, sit back, and don't blink for the next 20 minutes, because we are about to dive into the world of the 1989 penny. Its history, value, rarity, and the unbelievable stories of collectors who struck it rich. Section 1, the Lincoln penny legacy. Before we zoom into the 1989 penny, let's take a quick step back. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and not just Lady Liberty. From wheat ears to the memorial design, and later the shield, the Lincoln penny has been in every American pocket for over a century. But here's the secret. While billions of these pennies exist, just a handful of rare errors and special editions are worth small fortunes. And the 1989 is one of the kings of that mountain. The 1989 penny. A closer look. Now let's talk about the star of today's story. The 1989 Lincoln cent mint mark D means it was struck at the Denver Mint. Billions of pennies rolled out that year, mostly copper-plated zinc to the naked eye. They look just like every other penny from the 1980s. But hidden among those billions, a tiny fraction of coins came out with unusual characteristics. Minting errors, doubled dies, off-center strikes, or extremely high-grade, uncirculated quality. These are the coins that collectors hunt like buried treasure. And one particular 1989 penny has shattered records, being sold for an astonishing $4.3 million at private auctions. Why so valuable? You might be asking, but why would anyone pay millions for 1 cent? Here's why. Rarity. Only a few of these error coins exist. The chances of finding one are like hitting the lottery. Minting errors. Some 1989 pennies show doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust. Others are off-center or struck with unusual planchets. Condition. If your penny is uncirculated, shiny, and graded MS 67 or above, the value skyrockets. Collector demand. Wealthy collectors will pay insane amounts to own a piece of American coin history. Remember, it's not just a penny. It's a piece of history, a lottery ticket, and an investment all rolled into one. Section 4, real-life stories. Imagine this. A man cleaning out his grandfather's drawer finds an old penny in a jar. Turns out, it's a near-perfect 1989 with a double die error. He takes it to auction and walks away with a check worth millions of dollars. Another story tells of a teenager who found an unusual penny in change from a vending machine. At first, he thought it was a joke. Years later, coin experts confirmed it was one of the rarest 1989 errors in existence. That single coin changed his family's financial future forever. These aren't fairy tales. They're real stories from collectors and auctions. How to spot a $1 million 1989 D penny. Now the question you're dying to ask. How can you find one of these rare pennies? Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark, D. Make sure it's a Denver coin. Look for errors, doubling on the letters, numbers, or Lincoln's face. Weight, some rare transitional errors may weigh differently than standard pennies. Condition, the shinier, the better. If it looks untouched, get it graded. Professional grading, send it to services like PCGS or NGC for certification that if you spot any of these signs, do not spend that penny. Protect it, get it graded, and you might be sitting on millions. The market today, as of now, the rarest and most perfect 1989 D penny has sold for $4.30 million. But even lesser condition or minor error 1989 D pennies can still be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Collectors worldwide are constantly hunting, and the demand only grows with time. Think about it. The penny in your piggy bank could literally pay off your house, buy you a luxury car, or secure your retirement, so the next time you find a penny in your pocket, don't toss it aside. Don't ignore it. Take a closer look, because that tiny coin could be your ticket to financial freedom. The story of the 1989 D Lincoln penny proves one thing. Treasure is hiding in plain sight. And you don't need to dig for gold or buy a lottery ticket. Sometimes, all it takes is opening your wallet and checking your change. Have you ever looked at a simple 1-cent coin and thought, this tiny penny could change my life forever? Well, today we are diving into one of the most shocking discoveries in the world of rare coins, the 1988 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, a coin with a face value of just 1 cent is now valued at an astonishing $4.2 million in the collector's market. So, before you spend your spare change or toss it into a jar, listen closely, because the penny sitting in your pocket might just make you a millionaire overnight. History of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this penny has been in circulation for more than a century. Over the years, it has seen multiple design changes. The wheat reverse from 1909 to 1958, the memorial reverse from 1959 to 2008, and the more recent Union Shield reverse from 2010 to today. But among all these issues, certain years and mint marks carry secrets that make them worth fortunes. And 1988 is one of those magical years. The 1988 penny story at first glance. A 1988 Lincoln cent looks like an ordinary coin. Billions were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, and most of them are worth just a cent, but here's where things get interesting. A tiny minting detail separates a regular penny from one worth millions. In 1988, a rare error known as the 1988 reverse of 1989 penny was struck. What does that mean? Well, the reverse design on a handful of 1988 cents was actually created using the master hub meant for the following year, 1989. This tiny design difference, invisible to the average eye, turned an ordinary coin into a rare collector's treasure. Why it's worth millions. Collectors go absolutely crazy for coins with errors, mismatched designs, or unique variations. And the 1988 reverse of 89 penny is one of the rarest in existence. Only a handful of examples are confirmed, and every time one surfaces at auction, it sells for jaw-dropping prices. While a normal 1988 penny might be worth just face value, one of these rare varieties in mint state condition has crossed into the multimillion-dollar range. The most recent evaluation places a top-grade 1988 penny at a market value of $4.2 million. Think about that for a moment. A single copper-coated zinc coin, worth 1 cent in 1988, is now worth more than most luxury homes. So how can you tell if you have this $1 million penny? Here's what to look for. Check the reverse side carefully. On the rare variety, the design details, especially around the FG initials near the Lincoln Memorial, are slightly different. Compare with a regular 1988 and 1989 penny. The difference is subtle but visible to trained eyes. Condition matters. Coins in uncirculated or mint state grades fetch the highest prices. If you suspect you have one, never clean the coin. Instead, have it graded and authenticated by a professional service. Like the story of the 1988 penny is not just about money. It's about discovery, patience, and passion. Coin collectors spend years searching through pocket change, coin rolls, and old jars, hoping to find that one extraordinary piece. And many everyday people have become millionaires simply by recognizing what others overlooked. Remember, treasures don't always come in gold and diamonds. Sometimes, they come in the form of a small, copper-colored penny hiding in plain sight, so the next time you hold a penny in your hand, think twice before tossing it aside. Because hidden among billions of ordinary coins, there are a few rare ones worth millions. The 1988 Lincoln penny is proof that even the smallest things can carry incredible value. Who knows? The next 1988 penny you see might just be the key to your financial freedom. Stay curious, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of a penny. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Because one of them might just be holding a $4.2 million fortune without even realizing it. Imagine this: you're holding a penny, just a small, ordinary 1-cent coin from 1980. You might think it's worth only a cent, maybe nothing more than pocket change. But what if I told you that one very specific 1980 Lincoln penny has been valued at an astonishing $4.1 million? That's right. Just one penny, enough to buy luxury cars, mansions, or even retire forever. Welcome back to the channel, where today we reveal the incredible story of the 1980 Lincoln penny, its hidden secrets, and why collectors are paying millions for this little coin. Stay with me until the end, because you might just have one of these rare treasures sitting unnoticed in your own change jar. The legacy of the Lincoln penny. To truly understand why the 1980 Lincoln penny became so valuable, we need to rewind. The Lincoln cent has a history stretching back to 1909, when President Abraham Lincoln became the very first real person featured on a U.S. coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin instantly became a symbol of American history, pride, and resilience. BY 1980. The Lincoln cent had already seen decades of circulation. But this wasn't just any year, it was a year right before one of the biggest transitions in U.S. coinage history. Up until 1982, pennies were made mostly of 95% copper. After that, rising copper prices forced the U.S. Mint to switch to a cheaper zinc core with just a thin copper plating. That means every 1980 penny you see is a solid copper piece, and that detail is extremely important for collectors and investors alike. Section 2 to 1980 pennies. Common but with secrets. Now, here's the thing. In 1980, the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies. At first glance, these coins look ordinary. Just Lincoln on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back, with the date 1980 shining at the bottom. Most are only worth face value. But a very small number of 1980 pennies have been discovered with rare errors, misprints, and unique conditions that skyrocket their value from 1 cent to hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. The million-dollar penny. So, why is one particular 1980 penny worth $4.10 million? It all comes down to 3 key factors: minting errors, coins with off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual planchet compositions are considered extremely rare. In some cases, a 1980 penny was accidentally struck on the wrong metal planchet, making it one of a kind. Condition and grading. Collectors use the Sheldon scale to grade coins, with MS-70 being a perfect gem. A flawless 1980 penny, preserved without scratches or wear, can command astronomical prices at auction. Collector demand and bidding wars. When a coin is both rare and historically significant, wealthy collectors battle in auctions to own a piece of history. And when 2 millionaires fight for the same coin, the price explodes into the millions. That's exactly what happened with this $4.1 million 1980 penny. If you're checking your 1980 pennies at home, here are some error types that could turn your change into a fortune. Double die obverse, DDO Lincoln's face, the date, or the motto "In God We Trust" may appear double off-center strike. If the design is not centered, collectors pay a premium, especially if the date is still visible. Clipped planchet. A piece of the coin may be missing, creating a curved or straight clip. Wrong planchet. Error. A 1980 penny struck on a dime or foreign coin planchet could be worth thousands. High-grade condition. Even without an error, a penny graded near perfection can sell for huge sums. Some of these error coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and one, as we know, reached the incredible $4.1 million mark. Why do collectors go crazy over pennies? It's simple. Lincoln cents are the most collected coins in America. Almost every collector started with pennies. They carry history, nostalgia, and the thrill of the hunt. Finding a rare 1980 penny feels like winning the lottery. And that emotional connection drives up prices in the market. Here's the exciting part. You might already have one of these valuable coins without realizing it. Millions of people keep change jars, coin rolls, or old boxes in their attic. Every so often, someone discovers a rare penny and turns into an overnight millionaire. Imagine buying a soda with a penny, only to find out later that it was worth $4.1 million. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's history, luck, and treasure hunting all rolled into one. So, what should you do? Start checking your 1980 pennies carefully. Look for errors, unique strikes, and high-grade condition. If you think you've found something special, get it graded by a professional coin service. Remember, one person's pocket change could be another person's lifetime fortune. The 1980 Lincoln penny proves that even the smallest coin can hold the biggest value. A humble cent, transformed into a $4.1 million treasure, reminds us to never overlook the little things. Because sometimes those little things can change your life forever.